Hi, and welcome back to Sarah's Music. The harp, the instrument of angels, and also this year's Instrument of the Year in Germany. Before I played the horn, I wanted to play the harp, but my dad said no because it was too heavy to carry around. But the harp has always stayed really fascinating for me, and today I'm very happy that we're going to find out more about it. The harp is one of the oldest instruments known to man. I visited the Berlin Music Instrument Museum to see some of the oldest existing harps on show today. These old harps are absolutely beautiful. You can just imagine the ladies in the old days playing on them in their salons for the after-dinner entertainment. The attention to detail is really stunning. The harp can weigh up to 40 kilos and is the largest and heaviest instrument in the orchestra. I read that in 1875 it was decided that only men should play the harp because it was too complicated for a woman. Thank goodness things have changed. Marie-Pierre Langlamet is the principal harpist of the Berlin Philharmonic Orchestra and has traveled the world with her harp. Marie-Pierre, thank you so much for showing us your beautiful instrument. So this is what we call the modern-day orchestral harp.
Yeah.
So it's used as a solo instrument?
Yeah, it's used as a solo instrument, as an accompanying instrument, as an orchestra instrument.
And you do all of those?
A little bit of everything, yeah.
You are our orchestra harpist. What sort of effects does the harp provide in an orchestra?
So I think the harp, if you compare an orchestra to a meal, percussions and harp, and this is more like spices. It comes as a little touch. I would say a harp is probably cinnamon because it's very...
Harp is cinnamon.
Christmassy.
Actually, yeah, and it sort of adds that little spice of colour to a piece.
But what I really love about the harp is that it's polyphonic. I love that you can play all the voices and...
It's like playing the piano, but upright.
Yeah, basically, that's what it is. The problem with the harp is that once you start a sound, it's never going to end if you don't do anything about it. And so you have to really take care of your resonance. There's no mechanisms to do that. So everything is ringing and the resonance is like very dirty.
How do you stop the sound?
You have to muffle. But the paradox of the harp is if you play here, for example, and you muffle here, the whole harp keeps ringing with the same chord. So you have to do, to go...
That's why you always you see the harps doing that at the end of a symphony or at the end of when there's a big chord.
Even when we don't play,
exactly,
we have to do it.
Because it then rings.
Because the harp rings it's called the vibration by sympathy. It's a very sympathetic instrument.
Very sympathetic instrument. Well, would you play us something?
Sure.
Schade.
But
well, we want more. What are some of the strangest things you've been asked to do on the harp in the orchestra? Or even in modern solo repertoire?
This is one of the...
How do you do that?
It's called a pedal slide.
Okay.
So basically you play the string and then or then you try to get this really ugly sound. Knocking on the sounding board, of course, people love it. Or something like this. You know, the tuning key. Or you can do some slides on the string, whistling. And then you can do...
It's like opening a door.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you sometimes use something else apart from your fingers? Because surely you get pains in your fingers if you have to play very loud.
What hurts the most are the glissandi. This kind of thing, when you do it really loud, I mean, it's just...
What about that really loud
one? You can get a blister in like 30 seconds.
47 strings on a... And why are they different colors?
Just so that we know what we are playing. I mean, it's missing this rhythm of the piano, you know, where you have 2 black keys, 3 black keys. And so if it was all just one color, we might get lost.
Ah, okay, that's your secret.
So,
I just thought you just...
So all the C's are red, all the F are black.
Okay.
And then we also have a 2-3 rhythm, but it's a very different one.
These pedals do a lot of work. Your feet have to do a lot of work. What exactly do you do with these pedals?
So with these pedals, you make the black key appear on the instruments because they are not on this instrument.
Okay. How does that sound?
So on each string, there's one pedal for each note. So there's one C pedal, one D pedal, E pedal, F, blah, blah.
Okay.
And they will action some rods that go through the column and come through this mechanism.
So you can see when you're using a pedal up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see those little forks turning and shortening the string.
Yeah.
It's like basically the first finger on the... So you have
Magic.
3 notes per string.
Oh, interesting.
This modern harp with this pedal system was invented by Sébastien Erard because before that there was a short period where the harp had already pedals but only 2 positions. So it was either flat and natural or natural and sharp. And you tuned it differently according to the repertoire you were playing. But music evolving, this was left out very, very soon, and the harp would have been forgotten, I think.
Oh, you think so? It would have been forgotten if it hadn't had these for the composers. It made it more interesting because...
because now it's, I mean, you can really play all sorts of repertoire with this system.
There are not that many pieces for solo harp accompanied by an orchestra or a string quartet, so often the harpists use special arrangements like this concerto by Mozart for 2 pianos, which Marie-Pierre wanted to perform for us today with her student Joan and musicians from the Berlin Philharmonic Academy. That's all from Sarah's Music for today. My dad was right. Harp is really heavy to carry. I'm going to go and get my horn. See you next time. Bye-bye. Today's horn challenge has turned into a harp challenge. Ready, kids? Und los!